Oh, geez, wasn't that fun? Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We are Rumble Pop Live. Look at this. We got shirts and everything. Rumble Pop. Pop, 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 fizz. In your face. Thanks for joining. We're doing some battles or something. Kevin is here to do some introductions while I do some nonsense in the background. So, Kevin, I'll take it away, sir.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening to you in all the 24 time zones on planet Earth. Welcome to the most powerful, the most 21st century-ish live stream on YouTube. We are known as Rumble Pop. Now I'm going to introduce to you my co-hosts and co-conspirators. First, the man to your upper left, I believe, depending on where the screen is located. He is a man
Maybe they're
from
watching
that.
it upside down.
Yeah, it's true. They can watch it upside down. But he's a man from that great Buckeye state of Ohio. He is Bruce Campbell's #2 fan. He is DC Comics for life. And if you have a problem with it, God help you, because he just might pop you in the mouth. He was the 2000 Kent State University's Mr. Beefcake. And he was one of the 10 most desirable men in North Hollywood, California. This man, he's a man that the ladies desire. This man is a man that many men want to be like. He is socially lubricated. He is the one, the only, the original Dog.
Yeah, they're outside the window again. It's weird. I don't understand it. Hello, everybody.
And the young lady to his left of the screen. She is also from that great Buckeye state of Ohio. She is one of the top 5 mothers in the Buckeye state. She is an excellent gardener, an excellent entrepreneur in the Buckeye state, one of the best. But she is also the cousin of your friend, the original Donald. She is Lacey.
You didn't steal my sunshine this time.
No, didn't do it. No.
Next.
I thought about it, but no.
Next, we're going to leave the Eastern time zone. We're now going to shift to the Central time zone, to that great, beautiful, Lone Star state of Texas. We're going to hear from a man who's a manly man. He's originally from that great, beautiful state of Michigan. He is one of the most learned men in America today. He lays the righteous hands of knowledge upon students everywhere. He teaches those thespian arts to make sure that they get a job on Broadway, in Hollywood, or even possibly in the independent circuit of plays out there in this beautiful country. Give it up for a man who is always lovable, always huggable. He is Professor Chris D. Turner.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was worried for a second I was going to have to talk like this the whole show because my name was Bonnie for a little while, but I don't. So
That's not what I sound like.
You're thankful. And
Do I
last,
sound like that?
but certainly not least, we come back to the West Coast. We come back to that Pacific time zone. We're going to hear from a special young lady. She's from originally that great Grand Canyon state of Arizona. She is a woman of high moral character, of class and sophistication. She is a true warrior who represents and lives the Cobra Kai lifestyle. She's also one of the top 10 Polynesian dancers on the West Coast of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, please get up for a wonderful and righteous cat mother. She is the brilliant and bewitching Miss Bonnie.
Naruto.
And of course, I'm your humble podcaster, the Grand Master of the Jedi and Vulcan Arts, your Supreme Chancellor, Brother Kevin.
Oh, okay. So we've got people already in the chats. Let's bring them up here and see what they have to say. Oh my goodness, there's so many people, so many comments. This is crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Sammy's in. She says howdy. Big Sal's in the house. What's up, Sal?
What's up, Sal?
Maria
Hi,
is
Sal.
here.
Sammy.
Hey, Maria. Mom and Dad. My mom and Dad are here. Everybody say hi to my mom and
I'm
Dad.
hello, Mom and
Hi, Mom and
Dad.
Dad.
My mom and Dad say hi, Bonnie, hi, Kevin, and Chris.
Hello,
Notice they
hello.
didn't say hello to Sammy. 'Cause nobody should.
Wait a minute. Which one was Sarah?
You're so mean.
She's that one with the clown nose.
Okay.
That makes sense. Trust me.
What'd you do?
That's your clown.
Sammy's gonna be sitting there waiting at the airport for you with a
Yep.
baseball bat.
Yeah, probably. I'll be
If that-
flying in to Ontario Airport. Ontario, for those that want to know. I'll be flying into Ontario Airport.
Wow.
Okay, you're confused.
Why Ontario?
Because it's kind of far away.
I'm like, why?
Why
Like,
not?
that's in my neighborhood.
Why not? Okay, so we have the battle for the ages, the 2000s. Now, we debated on if we're going to go 2000 to 2010, if we're going to do that. That might not happen. 2010 to 2020 is what I mean. So we're not sure if we're going to do that or not. But for right now, we're going from 2000 to 2010. And we have that whole decade of films, a whole amazing decade. Every decade, when you think, oh, this is going to be a lame decade, when you're only picking like 16 films, it's still
tough.
pretty hard.
It's
It's
very
still
tough.
pretty hard regardless. And there's always some extras. So we've done some with some extras at the bottom and stuff. So we're going to get started right away on these. So these are like the preliminary bouts. These are the matches that whoever wins out of these four matches, or two matchups, I guess you could say, technically, but it's four. Whoever wins out of these has a chance to pop into one of the final slots and can maybe potentially go all the way. It almost happened for, what was it, The Mummy, I think was one of them or something?
That one went really
Right.
far last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it went really far, like almost completely to the end. So that was kind of amazing for The Mummy. So let's get started on this since we got a lot to do today. So we're going to move. It's not going to go slow, guys. First up on this preliminary bout, we have the Battle of the Sillies. And that is, it's actually very silly. We have, give me your tots. We have Napoleon Dynamite. Vote for Pedro, guys. Vote for Pedro. This thing created a dynasty. Basically, there was a comic book, there was a cartoon, there were toys.
There was a comic book and cartoon?
Yeah. There was talks of a sequel, which never really happened. Kind of a shame, if you ask me, because it was huge for its time. Fox Searchlight really knocked it out of the park with this one. So that was Napoleon Dynamite. And that is going up against another film that actually was a cartoon as well. And that would be the 2002 film, Like for Sure, Scoob. We're talking Scooby-Doo, everybody. Scooby-Doo, where are you?
That was good casting, by the way. For
it was all
Wesley
right. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
for plays Shaggy, he definitely looks the part.
God, Matthew Lillard was perfect as Shaggy.
Yes.
Matthew Lillard's
Is
an
that-
amazing actor, actually.
That was like James Gunn's first big movie blockbuster film.
That's true. That's
I
true.
was
That's a
surprised.
very good point.
Was it Sarah Michelle Gellar that played Daphne?
Yeah,
I thought they
Yeah.
could have done a better one with that one.
absolutely. She was a little vanilla. But anyway, here we go. Here we go, guys. You got a minute on the clock, and let's go. Gerald Brower says, thanks for joining, Gerald. I love Matthew Lillard in everything he does. You're not wrong, dude. He is stellar in pretty much anything and everything. He's fantastic. So
That's why
I
the
love him
original
also.
Scream. That's why the original Scream, one of the reasons why it still holds up is because of his crazy character.
Slow down. I'm starting to get a little woozy. Yeah. So good. So good, guys.
And then you got Napoleon. Gosh.
All right. Sammy says, Matthew Lillard is a treasure. I mean, Scream alone was great. Maria says, if you vote for Pedro, all of your wildest dreams will come true. I'm voting Napoleon Dynamite. Okay. Not many people voted, but we're going to have to start counting them. So I'm going to start counting them right now. Chris, you are Napoleon Dynamite. Lacey, you're Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. People that actually voted here. Mom says Scooby-Doo. Dad says Scooby-Doo. Maria says Napoleon Dynamite. And Gerald says Scooby-Doo. So I don't know. Nobody else has voted. So if you want to cast your vote now, guys, let me know.
I know one movie Matthew Lillard was not good in. It was a Shakespeare movie called Love's Labor's Lost. They turned into a musical and it was terrible, and everyone was terrible in it. But I will say he does look really good in that movie coming out soon next month, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah. That should be a fun one.
He was in a Netflix TV series not long ago.
I think Sammy's voting Scooby-Doo. Where are we at on this? 4 Scooby-Doo. How many Napoleon?
Just one so far.
Okay. All right. It went to Scooby-Doo.
All right, so we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, we're moving on. Guys, we're not messing around today. We have to move on fast for these. We have another preliminary match. This is an interesting one. The Battle of the Blockbusters. Just some really big films that did really super well in the box office. We have the Michael Bay Transformers film. And when you have Michael Bay directing a film and producing a film, there's not too many people that can get above him when it comes to box office bringing in the cash. But if there's somebody that can do it, it's old Jimmy Boy, and that's James Cameron, and that's from the 2009 film Avatar. Now, I'm going to be one of those people that said when the second one was coming out, no one's going to go watch this because they don't remember the first one because he took 17 goddamn years. He just took way too long.
That's actually one that Greg and I went to see.
And then everybody went to see it, and it's a huge success, and I ate a lot of crow, and it did not taste good. So we have...
I still theorize that people went to see it for both the first one and the second one just for the spectacle of it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Because personally, I thought both of them were overrated. Was not a fan of the first Avatar, and the second one, okay. But
Gerald says, I love downtown when they were filming Transformers. Army helicopters flying next to your apartment building is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I've never understood why they make the big old fight in the middle of the city.
Yeah, they always do. There's always a big fight in the city.
Go out to the desert.
You're
not
all right.
Destroying anything.
So we got some votes coming in. All right. Let's rock this. Okay, so Bonnie, you are going to count Transformers, and Kevin, you can be Avatar. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start counting the votes. Sammy says her and Michael Bay have issues. I don't think
Why?
So she's voting Avatar, so 1 for Avatar. Maria says Avatar. Mom says Avatar. Dad says Transformers. Oh. And Gerald says, I've never wanted to watch Avatar again, so Transformers for me. And then more for Transformers.
How do you know Sammy never dated Michael Bay?
It's just an assumption. Okay, where are we at on the votes?
3 for Avatar.
3 for Transformers.
Wow. Okay, so it's tied. And time is up. So I guess it goes to us. So we're going to vote. Vote fast, guys. Lacey, Avatar or Transformers?
Avatar.
Kevin, Avatar or Transformers?
Good Lord. I'll go Avatar.
Okay. And Bonnie, Avatar or Transformers?
Transformers.
Okay. And Chris, Transformers or Avatar?
I hate Michael Bay, so gotta go Avatar.
That's it. Avatar it is. Transformers dies on the vine. And Black Crown, thanks for joining. It's good talking to you the other day.
If it was the 86 Transformers movie, a whole different story.
It's true. It's true. Okay, we're getting ready for the next preliminary battle. We have, this is a romantic comedy battle. This is a cutesy romantic comedy battle with heart, I guess you could say. That's what it feels like anyway. So we have the 40-year-old virgin.
I think you could have done a better matchup on this one, but I'll go with it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for saying that online live. Couldn't have said it in text. That's cool. Thanks. Versus the 2005
I do
Will
like
Smith
those
star.
movies.
That's what she's here for, is to voice her opinion.
Hitch. We all have say in these matchups, by the way. I'm just saying.
Hey, just remember,
40.
I'm one of your 5 female viewers, so you should listen to me when it comes to rom-coms.
40-Year-Old Virgin versus Hitch. Minute on the clock. Here we go. And boom. Start voting.
I do like both movies. I just think there's probably a better pairing we could have done.
You're probably not wrong.
But I like them both. Which is why I'm going with it.
I just went with the list that we came up with last week.
I'm gonna go for a Hitch because I think it's more realistic than a 40-year-old virgin in America
Yeah.
today.
Well, okay. Here we go. Why don't you count Hitch then?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and you can count 40-Year-Old Virgin, Bonnie. Since
Okay.
I used to watch
Since you
Hitch
two love each other so much. Practically, you didn't fly out with me and you didn't make out with her. Or
I think
something.
Ben like went
Hey,
to 2
know
movies of
how I
Hitch,
know you're
like,
gay?
he burned 'em up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to make fun of him about that. Here we go. So Sammy says 40-Year-Old Virgin. Mom says Hitch. Dad says Hitch. Gerald says 40-Year-Old Virgin. Black Crown EP says 40-Year-Old Virgin. Maria says 40-Year-Old Virgin. Where are we at on this? 2 for
4.
Hitch. 4 for 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's it.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's all right. They're good.
Hitch is gone. All right. And if you didn't like that last one, Bonnie,
I'm serious. I'm still mad about this.
no one came
This
up with a
is
better
bull.
option. I said choose whatever you guys want and I will put it in, and no one gave me any other freaking options.
I
I'm
gave you
not
a
even joking.
list last week that was like half romantic.
I
We're
was
talking about
busy.
this was last night. This was last night. We're talking about last
I
night.
was busy.
I sent this to everybody.
Prepared, okay.
Yeah, I was busy throwing myself on a sword for a different movie to not be on the list.
And
So
also, when that conversation was happening via text, I was also, like working my 9 to 5.
Here's what I say. There's a lot of pain in both of these films. So The
I
Notebook
was just about to say that. There
versus
is some,
Saw.
there is some similarities.
I
in
hate
pain.
you
One's
so
physical,
much.
One's emotional.
Yeah.
And it's about
So
love.
much.
It's
I
about
love
love.
yourself or loving another person.
Yeah.
Of all the ridiculous matchups you have done in this
Sabrina.
entire series, this one takes the cake.
The Notebook.
A ridiculous one.
The Notebook versus Saw. Now I knew I was gonna get crucified if I did not include The Notebook, and then I knew I was gonna get crucified if I did not include Saw. And could not come up with. We tried to come up with horror pairings, and Paranormal Activity was like the best we could come up with, and it was
I
just.
think House of Thousand Corpses would have been better than Saw.
Oh, I wouldn't even watch House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, it is awesome.
I don't think it is. I haven't seen it, and I would say no.
Bodies.
No, good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, granted, I didn't watch any of them, but there were so many other horror movies that came out in the early 2000s that you could have paired up with Saw.
Again,
there weren't that many good. We were looking.
sent
There
this
weren't
to-
that many good
to people
horror films
yesterday.
from that decade.
I'm not saying that they had to be good. I'm just saying there were a lot of them.
All right, we got some votes. Bonnie, why don't you count the votes for Saw? And
Sure.
Kevin, let's have you count the votes for the Notebook.
Notebook. Right.
All right, so here we go. Mom says Notebook, Dad says Notebook, Sabrina says Notebook, Black Crown EP says Saw. So we got about 20 seconds left, and the Notebook might win. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
People are not voting right now. Gerald votes Saw. Uh-oh, one more vote for Saw, and we have a tie. Maria votes Saw. It's
Wow,
a tie.
look at that.
Oh, God.
Look at that.
3, and we've got 8 seconds left. Sammy
might-
just voted Saw.
She did.
Saw's
Oh
taking
Oh
it
my
right now.
God, what is
3,
happening?
2,
Wow.
1.
Wow. Jed
The
just
Notebook
said Saw
lost.
too. It's over.
Yep,
It's over.
it's over.
Wow.
Oh, my heart hurts. Oh.
Wow.
Like
Jed.
the most ridiculous pairing.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Okay, so here we go. This is going to be a
You guys
four-way
have no
battle.
hearts.
It's going to be a four-way battle. So let me really shrink down some of these photos real quick. I used to do this in advance a long time ago, and I ran out of time. So that doesn't happen anymore. So we have Scooby-Doo.
Wow.
I know, right? It's going up against
The most
Avatar
random four-way battle.
versus Avatar. Scooby-Doo versus Avatar versus the 40-year-old virgin. Yeah, this is so random. Versus Saw. So, yeah, cast your vote, guys. I'm going to put a minute on the clock here.
No offense to Mr. Sparks, but Jigsaw.
And here we go. And Scooby-Doo versus Avatar versus the 40-year-old virgin versus Saw. And let's play a little, let's set the mood for this one, huh? The horn? Oh, yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah, if he wins, man. Wow. This is going to be tough. Okay, so. All right. Okay, so Chris, you're going to count. Actually, we're all going to count. So that way it's easier for all of us. So here we go, guys. Gerald says Scooby-Doo. Sammy says Scooby-Doo. Maria says 40-year-old virgin. Sammy, did you change your vote? What are you doing? Mom says Avatar. Dad says Avatar. Sabrina says 40-year-old virgin. And Black Crown says I'm going with Scooby-Doo. So it sounds like Scooby-Doo kind of ran away with it, right?
No, it's like 3-2-2, 3-2-2 right now.
3-2-2.
Okay. All right. So any other votes before we move on? Because otherwise it's going to go to Scooby-Doo, which somebody didn't want in this battle, period. And it might miraculously make it in.
What if Scooby-Doo wins the whole thing? Then what?
Well,
then we need to quit our jobs.
40-year-old virgin. Come on, people.
I know. I agree. 40-year-old
That's
virgin
it.
deserves.
Sorry, 40-year-old virgin does not deserve anything. It loses to Scooby-Doo, which is moving in to replace a film at some point.
Wow.
And we'll see when that happens. I know, right?
Very disturbing.
Yeah, I know. But before that, we gotta. What was that? What? Oh, hey, just a little pulling out for you guys.
God.
So I'm not back in my home state, so it's hard for me right now to get access to newer comic books that come out on a weekly basis. So what I did was, I thought, why don't I read something that I had here at the house, that I had at Mom and Dad's. And I remember reading this the last time I was here and kind of falling in love with this series. It's called Bloodhound. Now, it only ends up being about 13 issues, right? It's a 13-issue story, and I believe it also at one point jumps over to IDW to try to do a run in there as well. This is about a guy named Travis, this dude right here, who is basically a bloodhound for supers, people with super power, super abilities. He's tracked down and put under arrest 13 or 14 different supers, or 30. I think it was 30. 30. He has like this huge record. He's just this big brute of a man, and he's also a super. So he has like really super strength, so to speak. He is not bulletproof or anything like that. He's just a really tough guy. So if you look at him like that, he's kind of like a Captain America. But he turned on his partner for reasons we don't know yet, and he's incarcerated. So they come to him and they said, "Oh my God, we have a super that's a serial killer, and the serial killer has gone around and killed 7 women." And now he's eyeing I think it was like the governor of the states or something's daughter, and we need you to help us, and we will wipe your record clean if you help us find her. And because she's been kidnapped, and there's only a 7-day period, I think, between him wooing the girl and killing the girl. So there's like this 7 days is all they have. So it's yes, yeah, rather Silence of the Lambs-ish, mixed in with a little supernatural and some superpowers and stuff. It's fantastic. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. The writers on this series, Dan Jolly was the writer, and Leonard Kirk was the penciler. Robin Riggs was the inker. Dan Jolly and Drew Johnson actually created the character Bloodhound. So, highly recommend this one. You can get the whole run, usually in a quarter box somewhere, or I bought it on eBay. I think I paid $6 for the entire run, and it came shipped by, oddly enough, the Goodwill. So the Goodwill has stuff on eBay, and they don't say it's by the Goodwill. And if you buy something, they just it's from somewhere in California. So there you go, Bloodhound. Can't recommend it enough. And that's it. I've done pulled out. Okay, cool. Looks like Chris really pulled out. He pulled out of the show. Hi, ding, ding, ding. So let's move on. DJ's Free Sound FX says, for the 2000s, Shrek is king, best movie. I'm not going to argue because it's definitely on the list. And Chris Duquet is here. Hello, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Yes, Sammy, yeah. And here we go. So we're going to go with round one on this one, and DJ's Free Sound FX is going to be very pleased because we have none other than a Disney powerhouse. We have Monsters, Inc., which was followed up with Monsters University, by the way, which is also an exceptionally fun film. It just went back in time, which I thought was super clever. Not something you usually saw Pixar do.
I've still never seen that one.
Really? Oh, it's so good. And so Monsters, Inc., of course, is going up against none other than the 2001 magnum opus Shrek. It defined a studio. DreamWorks would not be who DreamWorks is if it was not for Shrek in the world of Shrek. So we have Monsters, Inc. versus Shrek, minute on the clock. Let's effing go. See what you guys think. What are you guys' initial thoughts on both of these films?
Can you sing the Duloc theme song?
The what? Oh,
the Duloc song from Shrek. Can you sing it?
Well, maybe if you hum a few notes, I can fake it.
Welcome to Duloc, it's a perfect town.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I remember that one because it had the little robot things at the
Here
beginning.
we have some rules, let us lay them down.
Yeah, it's great. I love Shrek
Please
so
keep
much.
off of the grass, shine your shoes, wipe your face.
Shrek's actually a cartoon I watched. I think I did.
Shrek actually makes a very good Broadway musical as well, or just musical in general. It's very fun and
Really
very very techy, very fun. Like making the short Prince is very interesting. Like the actor has to be on his knees the whole show.
Oh, well, you would have done really well in that role, Chris. I think you'd have just knocked it out of the park. I mean, good Lord, that's a natural talent.
Yeah.
He was just born with that talent. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know if I
acting
could,
capability.
I don't know if I could dance on my knees.
I don't know. I have faith in you.
I want to see you dance on your
Hell no. Nope. Not with this torn meniscus. There will be no dancing, period.
Put a pillow down there, you'll be fine.
No. Okay, so let's start counting these. Let's see. Chris, you are Shrek. I mean, you're using a back scratcher right now. This is more Shrek.
A donkey.
And Bonnie, you're Monsters, Inc.
Okay.
Here we go. Gerald says Monsters, Inc. Sammy says Shrek. Black Crown says Monsters, Inc. Mom says Shrek. Dad says Shrek. Jed says Shrek. Same thing. Okay. Sabrina says Shrek. Maria says Monsters, Inc. And Sammy says for you to hit me. You're not supposed to listen.
And I'll even roll my eyes for her. Girl power again.
She's not a girl.
Huh?
She's not a girl. She's some type of like muck monster, like succubus or being.
The next thing she's gonna say is for her to punch you.
I still got him for another few days here, so I tortured
Well, I
her
can't
pretty
say,
well.
Lacey, give Donald money. Way better.
You still owe me a drink.
Thank you, Lacey. You rock.
I know.
Says Sammy. Whatever.
You're welcome.
Okay, so how are we on this score? It sounds like Shrek took it, right,
I have 3 for monsters.
Chris?
Oh, it was like 5 for Shrek.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shrek won.
Yeah.
Monsters Inc.
Shrek.
lost. Sorry, guys.
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
not
both
mad
of them.
either. Yeah, they're both
I love
great.
both of them, but I feel like we quote Shrek a whole lot more than we quote Monsters Inc.
Yeah, agreed.
There's too many things that you could possibly quote from Shrek. They're all fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Not my gumdrop buttons.
I think Shrek was more.
The Muffin Man.
It made a studio as opposed to Monsters Inc. was just a good movie.
Right.
Like Shrek put DreamWorks on the map.
Mm-hmm. It really did. Okay, and let's move
and
on.
it's speaking of
Cannonball, mother fudgers. Do 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 do. We were talking Anchorman. Anchorman, by the way, San Diego. I did not know until this movie is German for whale's vagina. Had no
I'm
clue.
not sure how to even respond to that.
The
Had no
things
clue.
you learn from movies.
Right. And Anchorman is
Who
going
knew?
up against Borat, another ridiculous character. So Ron Burgundy versus Borat, Anchorman versus Borat. This is the battle of the absolutely ridiculous bonkers comedy, and we're going to put them in on the clock and see what you guys think.
I never saw Borat, and I am not a Will Ferrell fan, so I don't know how to say either one of them.
I love Will Ferrell.
I think
Me
he
too.
tries too hard. Everybody loves him. I don't know what it is.
He's not for everybody. It's fine.
I don't think I've ever laughed as hard as I've ever laughed in a movie until Borat.
And I think the sequel to Borat is definitely much better than the sequel to Anchorman. I found the sequel to Anchorman to be absolutely awful. Just trash.
Could have been better. It could have been a lot better.
Could have been a lot better. Could have been funny. There's that.
I wasn't a
Could have
fan
been
of Borat, so I didn't see the sequel to it.
funny. Okay.
So yeah, Borat just wasn't up my alley.
All right,
That one
Kevin.
was not for me, and that's okay.
You're Borat. Bonnie, you are Anchorman. Okay. Sammy says Anchorman. Maria says Anchorman. Gerald says Anchorman. Mom says Anchorman. Dad says Anchorman. Sabrina says Anchorman. Black Crown says Borat. Borat loses. We're already over time, so Borat completely lost on that one. And we are going on battle 3. We're moving along, trucking right along. We have Shaun of the Dead, guys. What a freaking spectacular film. I love Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. You got red on you.
Shaun of the Dead is going up against none other than another zombie film from 2009, Zombieland, which the sequel was not great. It wasn't awful, but it was not good.
The beginning was amazing.
I can give you that. I can give you that.
The Bill Murray prologue, or
Yeah.
I will give you that. Yeah, absolutely. That was really good. I had fun with that one. All right, now we're looking for the shot clock here. Let's see if I can find it. There it is.
I think they're both great movies, especially both zombies. I can't say no to zombie films.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't think we're going to have to worry too much. Zombies in pubs. So Sammy is going with Shaun of the Dead. Gerald is going Shaun of the Dead. Mom is going Shaun of the Dead. Dad is going Shaun of the Dead. Sean McGeehan, thanks for joining, buddy. He's going Shaun of the Dead. And Sabrina says Zombieland. So Sabrina is very much outnumbered. If it was a zombie situation, Sabrina would probably be eaten.
Why?
Because she's alone and by herself.
Sometimes
and
being
no
alone is
backup.
great.
No backup at all. Yet. There we go. Black Crown EP's like, I'll help you. And he says Zombieland as well. Janet Rodriguez popped in. She says, ooh, Shaun of the Dead. And Maria says Shaun of the Dead. Enrique says, hey guys, sorry I missed last week's episode. And I'll be in and out of this one. I've been on vacation. I'm on a plane right now. Just landed. Shaun of the Dead for Enrique. All right, Enrique. Thank you. He's getting his bags.
That's cool.
Better be Shaun of the
I
Dead.
appreciate the backstory.
Yeah. So Zombieland lost spectacularly against
I
Shaun
actually
of the
thought
Dead.
it was going to be a little bit more of a battle between the two, but
Yeah?
a little bit.
Interesting. Uh-oh.
But yeah, again,
What is
not
happening?
mad about it. I love them both.
What is happening?
Oh, no. Not what I think it is.
Oh, shit. Yes, it is, Kevin. That's exactly what you think it is. We have the contender from the preliminary battles. Scooby-Doo that won that battle. It beat out Napoleon Dynamite. It beat out Avatar. It beat out the 40-Year-Old Virgin. And it beat out Saw to come in and take on Shaun of the Dead. So, naturally, if
On
you have
a
zombies,
technicality,
Scooby-Doo should
nobody
be
was watching it.
there trying to help, trying to fight, trying to look for clues as to what happened with the zombie apocalypse. We have Shaun of the Dead versus Scooby-Doo in the battle of the ridiculousness. So here we go.
Do the right thing, audience.
This is going to be something, guys.
Do
I'm
the
very
right
curious
thing.
to this one. Very curious to this one also. Right
It can
out of the
only
gate,
be right.
Scooby-Doo takes 2 votes. This is not looking good for Shaun of the Dead. Ooh, Maria comes back to help back up Shaun of the Dead. He's down by 1. Ooh, Sean McGee ties it up. Shaun of the Dead for 2. Sammy says Shaun of the Dead beats the living crap out of Scooby.
Thank
Black
you, Sammy.
Crown says Shaun of the Dead. Shaun is now up by 2. Gerald says Shaun up by 3, beating Scooby-Doo. Enrique says Shaun of the Dead, now up by 4, and we have 8 seconds left on the shot clock, guys. Who is going to be the victor?
Make us
There's
proud.
no question about it now. It is Shaun of the Dead. Scooby-Doo has entered the ring and been immediately defeated. So, sorry about that, everybody.
As it should have been.
Yeah, I guess. All right, number 4, battle of more comedy and more ridiculousness. I would say the Battle of the Bros. Like, it's just like about sticking together and having a code and looking out for each other. We're talking about the smash hit, came out of nowhere, spawned, 3 sequels? Hangover. The Hangover, the Wolf Pack, is up against Jesus, one of the most defining high school films in a long time. And we're talking the 2007 film Superbad. Superbad was pretty amazing. I just draw dicks. All the time. Okay, so The Hangover versus Superbad. I'm curious as to where this is going to go. I have my personal preference, but I'm curious as to what other people think.
We actually did a parody of Superbad for a work presentation many moon ago, like my first year at my company. Yeah, we remade the trailer for Superbad, and Jordan was in it. It was hilarious.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, that was the year after. I take that back. That was when we did Pineapple Express.
Okay, so
But we did do a Superbad thing, and it was hilarious.
Okay, I'll have to see it sometime.
Oh,
Gerald?
you can't.
Oh, why not?
Company property.
Whatever. Gerald says, Donald or Kevin, were you at ArcLight for Shaun of the Dead Q&A where they gave out the cricket bats? I was not.
I
Kevin,
have
were
one.
you? Bonnie was. Bonnie, you little snake.
I got mine from Alston.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
I was going to use that, but that fell off, so now I can't.
Do you have me go get your
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right, so, no, but I did get the Hot Fuzz police badge thing, but I think that was a gift from Gamera because I didn't get one and he had an extra one, so he gave it to me. Okay, let's start counting votes. Chris, you are the wolf pack. You're going to go with Hangover, and Lisa, you're super bad.
Oh,
Okay.
Sammy says wolf pack. She's going Hangover. Black Crown says super bad. Enrique says super bad. Mom says Hangover. Dad says Hangover. Sean McGean says Hangover. Sabrina says super bad. Gerald says super bad. Maria says super bad, and Janet says super bad.
What a comeback for Superbad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 4-6.
Yep.
Wow, that's so cool. Is it real wood? Like,
It is. Actual bat.
damn, that's
Yeah.
super cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
really
love it.
neat. I would too. It's like cool stuff like that. I have a bedpan from Bubba Hotep, and it says Elvis was here.
A bad man.
Yeah, and they did a
I had
screening of
no
it.
idea they gave out bedpans. That's ridiculous.
Well, it was super rare. Like the only reason why I got one is because Mike Penka used to work at MGM, and he just took whatever was there. And it was there was a bedpan there, and but it said Elvis was here, and it said Bubba Hotep, so it was from the film. It's a promotional thing. So I went up. Yeah, it is. I went up to the director to have him sign it because they did a screening at the Egyptian, and he looked at it for a minute. And he's like, "Holy shit!" And I said, "Yeah, what?" And he's like, "I've never seen one of these in person." He said, "I tried to get one, and they wouldn't even give me one of these. How did you get this?" And I was like, "Oh, I knew a guy. Just sign it." So he signed it. Yeah. So now I just need Bruce Campbell to sign the bedpan, and it'll be complete. So, and then when I get older, I'll just use it. Yeah.
It's an investment for your future.
Right. Yeah. That's what I figured. About 5 years. Okay. So let's see. Was there any more? Mel Raz says The Hangover. But I think that's it. Yeah. So it went to super bad for sure. Thanks for joining, Melissa. Gerald says Hot Fuzz Q&A was really cool. Yes, it was. Would you please put some pants on? I feel weird having to ask you twice.
She's just quoting.
Oh, okay. I thought she was talking.
She's quoting The Hangover.
Leave Bruce alone. Was the restraining order not clear enough? It was not. It was not. It didn't say my name. Super bad took it. Hangover gone. Right? Well, expect the unexpected in this week's battles. Speaking of the unexpected, no one thought this film from 2006 would be on this list. We're talking the Da Vinci Code with Tom Hanks and that girl.
It was on my list.
Audrey Tattoo? Audrey Tattoo?
Is that Audrey Tattoo? No, it's not.
It is Audrey Tattoo. Yeah.
Is it really? Oh.
It is.
Huh. Mm-hmm. And it's going up against the 2004 National Treasure with Nicolas Cage. And by the way, the Disney Plus series with the female lead is still on Disney Plus. I've been watching it with Mom and Dad. In fact, probably when I go home, we'll watch an episode. Yeah, it's actually a load of fun. We've been really enjoying it. We just watched the one where the dude, what's his name? Not Benjamin, but the sidekick guy.
Just Martha?
Yeah, he was. He showed up to and then they got stuck in the room. So we just finished that episode. That was fun.
That was a good episode. I liked that one.
Both of these are really
good. It has its moments where it's a little off the walls and cheesy, but I mean, it's National Treasure and it's a Disney Plus show, so
one's America,
what do you expect? But it's fun.
So Sammy, you're going to need to be clear on your vote, and everybody else, you're actually going to need the vote. We're talking the Da Vinci Code versus Natural Treasure. Hector Hernandez, thanks for joining, sir. Good to see you.
The movie actually, Da Vinci Code actually does follow the book really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. That's why as much as I love both movies, Da Vinci Code would get my vote just because of how faithful it is to the book. Like that last scene, it just word for word, just the way they played it out, it's exactly how I pictured it in my head.
Nick Cage.
When I was
as somebody who's never read the book, I gotta say that I like National Treasure more. It's a more fun movie.
Da Vinci Code kind of bored me a little bit, I will say.
Yeah, exactly.
National Treasure is more
I mean, it's definitely more serious than National Treasure.
Yeah, I think you're right, 100%.
Well, and you got Nick Cage. I mean, you can't beat Nick Cage anyway, so.
No, that's true. All right, let's start counting these votes. Bonnie, you are a national treasure. And Kevin, you are a code to crack, sir. Your Da Vinci Code.
Okay.
I don't need one. I mean, I don't really need a toothpick at all. It's just because it's here. She doesn't understand. Okay, so let's count these votes. Hector says national treasure. Maria says national treasure. Mom says national treasure. Dad says national treasure. Maria says, yeah, the book was great, but I thought the movie wasn't adapted well. Mom says national treasure. Dad says natural treasure. Gerald says natural treasure. Janet says natural treasure. Sabrina says natural treasure. Blah. Oh, yeah, Steelers are winning 26-22. That's great. Good for them. Good
Well,
for
this was a bit of a slaughter.
Good for the city. Good for the city. Yeah, Da Vinci Code doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
We're not even
No,
going to keep
there's no coming
going.
back from that.
National Treasure crushed it,
Okay.
as it rightfully should.
Fair enough.
All right, Battle of Alan Moore. The Battle of Alan Moore. I love this battle. I know some people didn't like the idea, but I had to explain it to them. I was like, look, simpletons, this is
It
how it's
made
going to
sense
be.
to me.
Yeah, it made sense to me too.
Yeah.
I didn't have to
I never
explain
saw
anything. Everybody knew.
I never saw The Watchmen, but it made sense to me stylistically.
No, it's two solid movies.
Watchmen's
This
fantastic.
is fine. I'm fine with this one. It's the next one I have issues with.
And it is going up against another Alan Moore film, V for Vendetta. Remember the 4th of November? 5th of November?
I don't know if I've ever even watched it.
Is the 5th, right?
5th.
Yeah. Remember the 5th of November. Bubble and Bubble, toil and trouble. There's a plot.
The gunpowder
Treason.
something treason and plot. Yeah.
Wow. First vote of this goes for V for Vendetta. Chris did not see that coming. Okay. So we have some votes coming in, and Kevin, let's have you count V for Vendetta, and Bonnie, if you would count Watchmen, that would be fantastic. One of my favorite superhero films of all time is actually The Watchmen. I love this.
Only because it has a big blue dick in it.
No, Chris. Has nothing to do with a big blue dick. Although one could say that that's a bonus. But no, it has nothing to do with a big, giant blue dick. Thank you, Chris. Enrique says Transformers. I don't know where he's at right now. He fell off the plane.
Maybe he's lagging.
Yeah, I think there's a little lag there, Enrique. So it's Watchmen versus V for Vendetta. Let's start counting the votes. Maria says V for Vendetta. Sean McGean says Watchmen. No vote from Mom, no vote from Dad. Hector Hernandez says Watchmen if you allow the director's cut. We do. And Sammy says Watchmen. So where are we at on this small amount of votes?
I guess I saw 3 for Watchmen so far.
4
And
for
1
Watchmen.
for 4 now.
Yes.
And
5.
Make it 5. There's only like 1 for V for Vendetta.
Yeah, 1 for V.
What up, Ward? What's up, buddy? Hey, I was hoping to go. There was a wrestling thing on Sunday, and then they canceled it and postponed it till next Sunday. And I'm not going to be here for it, so I'm not going to get to go to wrestling. So that sucks. I was trying to make one at least. And Mel says Watchmen as well. So yeah, it's over. Watchmen takes it. V for Vendetta has been crushed. We figured that would happen though. Battle number 7. This is going to be a fun one. This is the battle of the shirtless dudes. And we're talking Gerard Butler and 300. Before, after, or during all the alcoholism, I'm not sure. But I love Gerard Butler.
Oh, he's an
I
alcoholic.
think it's during.
Plane, if you haven't seen Plane, by the way, it's great. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
It's
Go
fun.
see it.
It's fun.
We had a good time watching that. That was kind of one of those, I wanted to see it, and then I was like, let's go. And then you were like, yeah, I'm going to go. And then who else? Was it Rob, I think, went? And Janet or something? Like 3 or 4 of us went. It was a good time. Bonnie didn't go, though.
Nobody invited me.
I kind of like this matchup.
What? You weren't in the thread?
No.
You like this matchup?
I do.
Okay. Gladiator, Russell Crowe
I think they're both great.
versus Gerard Butler in 300. Yeah, Ward on Saturday, but I fly out early Sunday, so I'm not sure if I can make that. I usually try to have my last day here just be like with the family and stuff.
Question.
Thank you.
So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Enrique says 40-year-old virgin.
Oh no.
I think he's watching
I think he's watching it from the beginning. He forgot.
He's like, I'm giving all my options now.
Enrique, you're replaying it. You're not playing with a live version.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, he's
All
not
right.
going to see this for like an hour and a half.
It's true. It's true. Here we go. So I don't think there's going to be much challenge. We have Gladiator. That's 2 for Gladiator. 300 goes to Sammy. Sabrina has Gladiator. Ward says Gladiator. Black Crown says Gladiator. Hector says Gladiator. Tracy, thanks for joining. Tracy says Gladiator. And Enrique says Gladiator. There he
Your
is.
mom and dad would like Gladiator.
Probably.
300's a little bit more bloody. But
Well, I made him watch Game Night last night.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, it's so good. If you haven't seen Game Night with Jason Bateman and that girl that's in that thing,
Jason Bateman's in everything.
it's great. It's great. Love it. Jesse Plemons, I think, is in it too. Got another 300 from Melissa. And Janet says Gladiator. I think Gladiator's going to take that. So
Yeah.
Gladiator
Yeah.
takes
That's
it. 300 loses.
92.
Yeah, something like that. This is a great one. I'm so glad Bonnie thought of this. I was trying to figure out a good film to go up against The Bourne Identity from 2002. I really like the first one. The first
You're
one of the
welcome.
Bourne trilogy or quadrilogy or whatever the hell it is now is my favorite one. The first one's my favorite.
Just call it the saga.
And this one is going up against one that Bonnie came up with that I don't see here. Shit. It's not here.
Was it?
I think it was Taken. Yeah, it's going up against Taken, which I don't have a photo for. So let me see if I can pull up one here real quick.
That's the joke.
Kevin, you're fired.
You're.
From 2000.
You know what? I may have
Your-
forgotten
your-
that there was
your
a
photo
switch.
was taken.
I may have forgotten about the switch up there with Taken. So that's my fault.
I need a small one. There we go. That's
I was
not a
gonna
small
hunt
one.
you down, Kevin.
It's true.
Someone said Goodwill Hunting. Chat.
Someone said Goodwill Hunting?
Yeah,
That's from the 90s, isn't it?
it is.
Good Will Hunting 98.
No.
97. 97.
7.
And let's see what we got here. Give me a second. Bourne Identity is going up against. Where did I put it? Is it in here?
It's probably at the top.
Here it is. Yeah. Oh, shit.
You didn't rename it.
Yeah. Let's see if it pops up. Hey, it popped up. Perfect. Okay, versus Taken from 2008, I believe. So the Bourne Identity versus Taken there. I did pretty good on the fly, huh? Not too bad. Coming up with that picture. So there we go.
Some pretty good ones.
And we'll put a minute on the clock, and here we go. These are all great. I mean, I love both of them. I will say, though, I did not memorize anything from the Bourne Identity. I did memorize the whole monologue.
Well, it's taken a few years.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. But if you're looking for
I like the
money,
line
I don't have any.
He's got
But what I do have is a particular set of skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. Yeah. Well,
They
thank-
both have
Bravo.
special sets of
Bravo.
skills.
Thank you.
Didn't they both also have 3 movies?
4, I think, for Bourne. And Taken technically is just still going. Just
2 or 3.
other names that Liam's in. Ice Road Truckers being one of them, I think. Okay, so let's start counting votes. Bonnie, you can be Taken. And Kevin, you're just Bourne.
All right.
Let's see. It's Rachel McAdams, yes, from The Notebook that got annihilated. Sammy, thank you. Sabrina says my kids are fighting and distracting me. Oh, fight back. Yeah. Sean McGeehan says Born Identity. Maria says Born. Ward says Taken. Gerald says Born. Enrique says Taken. Mom says Born and Dad says Born. Tracy says Taken. Melissa says Taken. Janet says Taken. Sabrina says Born. And Mom says very good. So thank you, Mom, for that. So where are we at on these votes? It sounds pretty tight.
I have 6 for Born.
5 for Taken.
Oh, shit. Taken might get taken. I'm shocked. I thought my parents were both going to vote.
Sammy just voted for Taken.
Sure. Okay, so it's tied. Taken is tied up, and we are out of time on the clock. So,
all right, so the Supreme Court decides.
We have.
It's going to go to us.
So far. Yeah.
Yep. And let's count the votes. Okay.
Justice Bonnie, let's say a few.
I have actually not seen Taken all the way through, so I'm gonna have to go with Born Identity on this one.
Justice Chris, let's say a few. Professor Turner.
It's a hard one. I really like both films. I had a huge crush on what's her name, the girl in Born Identity when it came out.
French girl.
Oh, she's actually German. She's German.
The blonde girl.
Audrey Tattoo.
Julia Stiles?
No. Huh? Julia Stiles, yes. From back in the Things I Hate About You days.
Yeah, this was like her first serious movie.
For a second there, I thought you meant Franke Potente for a second.
Okay, well, where's the vote?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to go Taken, I think.
Okay.
All right, Justice Lacey.
Taken.
All right, I'm gonna go with Born myself.
Donald, you're the tiebreaker.
Sorry, Kevin. Taken. Okay. 100% Taken. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. I love Taken. I just recited the monologue from the film, so duh. How do I not know her?
I believe didn't you put it in a
Potenki? We never dated, Sammy. I don't know. How would I know her?
Donald, didn't you put that monologue in a web series you made at some point?
I think I did. I put it in. I don't know if you guys know.
What was this web series called?
It's called The Blue Beetle. Ted Cord Returns. Those of you that don't know who the Blue Beetle is, he had a movie that just came out last freaking month.
And there's some pretty amazing merch, isn't there?
Yes. Oh, there's such a cool hoodie.
I saw that movie
Hot Topic
like,
has it.
Oh my
It's
God.
half off right now on their website, and it glows in the dark. The beetle symbol glows in the dark. It's so cool. If you're a Ted fan or a Jaime fan, either way, it's still the same symbol, so it doesn't matter. It's a Blue Beetle merchandise. You're never going to see this again in your life. Buy it. Just go and buy it if you're a fan. Buy it. So Taken took it, and now we move on to the semifinal, quarterfinal. I don't know. Some finals. I don't never know these things very well. Hitting my head against the wall right now, Sammy says. Well, that's fine. Might knock some sense into her. Shrek from 2001 is, wow, we haven't seen Shrek in a bit. Shrek did win decisively against a huge powerhouse, Monsters, Inc. And Shrek is going up against Anchorman. Ooh, this is a juicy one.
I know who I want to win.
This is where things are going to get really interesting.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. People, alliances will be crushed. Feelings will get hurt. It's going to be a long, hard road here, guys. Minute on the clock. Here we go. And we're only going a minute. So we have Anchorman versus Shrek. We've described these films. If you don't know them and you want a description, Kevin will give you a 5-second description of each film. All you have to do is in the chat say, give me that 5, and Kevin will do it.
For Shrek or Anchorman?
Or both, depending. So, somebody wants the description, the 5-second description. Okay. Chris, you're going to be Shrek again. Bonnie, you are going to be Anchorman, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Sammy says Shrek. Gerald says Shrek. Enrique says Anchorman. Tracy says Anchorman. Black Crown says Anchorman. Mom says Shrek. Dad says Shrek. Melissa says Shrek. Sean McGeehan says Anchorman. Maria says Anchorman. Where are we at on this?
I have 5 for Anchorman.
You got 5 for Shrek.
And we're out of time.
Oh shit.
So the votes. Okay, we'll count. I think we'll count Sabrina's because there's always a delay, and that was like a second later. And Janet's too,
Okay.
which
So it's
ties it
still
It
tied.
again.
does. It still
Yeah.
ties.
So it goes to us. All right. Okay. Let's do this. Lacey, Shrek or Anchorman?
Shrek.
Okay. Bonnie, Shrek or Anchorman?
I think I gotta go Shrek.
Chris, Shrek or Anchorman?
The professor says Shrek.
Dan. Kevin, what were you going to say?
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I love both movies. I'll probably go with good old Shrek.
I would have went Anchorman. I'm completely outruled on this one. Okay. Anchorman gave me tears. Shrek gave me belly laughs. Big difference.
That's true.
So Anchorman loses. Shrek moves
But were tears included with the belly laugh?
on. Shrek
For me, they
moves
were combined.
on. And here we go. We have, well, this is an interesting one. Wow, these are going to be really fun,
These are
guys.
the ones that get interesting.
Shaun of the Dead. And that is going up against none other than Superbad. So 2 juggernaut film comedies from 2 different sides of the pond. We have Superbad
This is where it
versus
all
Shaun of the
starts
Dead.
getting interesting for me because I think I know who's going to get it, and then the opposite one gets it.
Mm-hmm. Superbad versus Shaun of the Dead. Minute on the clock, and away we go.
I don't want to have to vote this one.
I don't think you have to worry about that, Bonnie.
Anybody have any predictions?
Probably Shaun of the Dead, maybe.
Yeah, I think we all.
Knowing our audience, I'm probably going to guess Shaun of the Dead.
You think Shaun of the
I
Dead?
wouldn't be surprised.
I think it might go Superbad, just because nobody else thinks it will. Go
Maybe
figure.
the odd one.
But let's see. Okay,
It
we have
could go
10
either
seconds
way.
left. All right, Lacey, you are Shaun of the Dead. Kevin, you are Superbad. Okay.
Okay.
Oof. Maria says Shaun of the Dead. Sammy says Shaun of the Dead. Mom says Shaun of the Dead. Dad says Shaun of the Dead. Black Crown says Superbad. Tracy says Shaun of the Dead. Sean says Shaun of the Dead. Gerald says Shaun of the Dead. Janet says Shaun of the Dead. And Melissa says Shaun of the Dead. It's over. Okay. Superbad got annihilated in this round by Shaun of the Dead. Wow. And that brings us to the next battle.
Oh man.
Mr. Benjamin here, national, could have been natural treasure too. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm after a crystal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying the semifinals are going to be really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
National treasure, and that is going up against. Ooh, wow, Watchmen. How about that? Jeez. Okay. National Treasure versus Watchmen. 2 starkly different films. But both were created for purposes of entertainment. So there we go. National Treasure versus The Watchmen. 1 minute on the clock, guys. And away we vote. I think I'm going to give the edge to National Treasure just because it has the TV series. It also had the sequel, and they're talking about a third. Where Watchmen
Oh, Watchmen had a TV series.
had a TV series, right, but they're both one and done. The movie was a 1 and it's done. And the TV series was a 1 and it's done. So
Watchmen had like superheroes. Right?
Well, there was a sequel to National Treasure.
true.
Yeah. And then
did
there's
say
a third in the works, allegedly.
Interesting, yes. Bonnie, let's have you count National Treasure then, and Chris, you can be the Watchman. Sean McGean says Watchmen. Gerald says National Treasure. Tracy says Treasure. Maria says Treasure. Mom says Treasure. Dad says Treasure. Sammy says Treasure. Melissa says Watchmen. Janet says Watchmen. Enrique says Treasure. Where are we at on these votes?
I have 7.
Got 3 for Watchmen.
Steelers won.
Yeah. Oh, sucking brownies. Man, that's the best. I love it. I love it. Oh man. Okay, so it seems like National Treasure really, really blew it out of the water. 26 to
Oh, that's
22.
tight.
That is tight. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. So National Treasure moves on. Watchmen's done. And the
The audience
final
was impressed.
battle is an interesting one. I don't know where this is going to go, to be honest, because both of them did fairly well. I'd say Gladiator kind of blew the 300 out of the water, but that's a completely different film than what Liam Neeson is doing in Taken, which is the fighting matchup here. We have Gladiator versus Taken. I will say if we had Rob Roy versus Gladiator, that would have been interesting also. So just imagine Liam Neeson is also Rob Roy, and he's taking on the Gladiator. If I did have to say, like, if you took Rob Roy, the character, out of context, and you took Russell Crowe's character in Gladiator out of context, um,
That would be a really good fight between the two.
I would. I'd still give it to Rob Roy, though, I think, because it's basically a battle of brute force.
Yeah.
And I think
I
Rob
think
was.
they'd both die. They'd kill each other. Nobody would win.
That's fair.
Oh, we have
That's fair.
a Kiwi versus an Irishman, so it's going to be a brawl.
That's true. That's true.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right. So, Gerald says Taken. Let's just all count these ones. Sammy says Taken. Tracy says Taken. Janet says Taken. And Sean McGean says Gladiator. Are you not entertained? So far, Taken is taking it.
Yeah, 4-1. 4-1.
Okay.
Woo!
You okay there?
That's a good one. Okay. That's
Those are
it.
really great movies.
That's it, though. There's no more votes, so it's taken. That's it.
Well, there's two more just came in, but it was there for take two. But
Yeah. All right. Taken took it. All right. There's possible delay. So now that we're down to two matchups, I'll give it a minute, maybe like 20 seconds extra or something like that, or 30 seconds. We have the wonderfully sadistic horror film Shrek. And that is going up against the delightful romantic comedy Shaun of the Dead.
kind of is a romantic comedy if you think about it.
It is.
It kind of is.
It really
Yeah,
is.
you're not wrong. They both are
It's
romantic
it.
comedies, actually.
Mhm.
So we have Shrek versus Shaun of the Dead. We got a minute on the clock. Boom.
Number 3. Pick number 3, my lord.
The Muffin Man. Oh boy. Okay. Votes are starting to come in. Now, I just want to take a minute to mention our sponsors. If you get a chance to go to halfshotsauce.com and check them out, type in coupon code Donald Hiccups. Yes, Donald Hiccups. You get 10% off your order. He does have a new hot sauce coming. It's called Basic Bitch. It is kind of like a Frank's hot sauce or a Tapatio or somewhere along those lines, but with a little finesse behind it, because Brian doesn't half-ass
Well, if the
anything.
market's going on this Friday, we may have to run down there.
It's possible.
After this big
So
event.
we have that, and then we also have Splattered Frog Brewing. Go to splatteredfrog.com, type in the coupon code SHORTBOX, and save 20% off your order on t-shirts, hats, koozies, things like that. They are a nano brewer and are hoping to expand to a larger facility at some point. So give them some love and support and check them out also. And that's it. That's it. That's it. That's our sponsors. Let's start counting some votes, guys. Here we go. Shaun of the Dead, says Sean McGean. Gerald says Shaun of the Dead. Tracy, Shaun of the Dead. Maria, Sean. Hanzo, thanks for joining. Philippe says Sean. Janet says Sean. Mom says Shrek. Dad says Shrek. Melissa says Shrek. But it sounds like it's too little too late for Shrek. And Shaun of the Dead's going to take it.
That's actually disappointing to me.
3 to 6.
3 to 6. And I don't see this one coming back, but as I said, I'm a man of my word. We'll give it 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We've got 20 left of that 30 seconds. We had 30, and now we're down to 20.
The 1 week I actually vote for a cartoon, it loses.
It gets
annihilated.
Yeah, it's not necessarily annihilated. It just didn't do well. You know, there's a
I'm a
difference.
tiny bit surprised, but at the same time, not really.
It's over.
Yeah.
All right, we're done. Shaun of the Dead has beaten Shrek. Amazingly. I'm pretty shocked too.
Because, I mean, you remember how everybody's loyalties went when it was Battle of the 90s and how Aladdin just kind of demolished everything.
The
I was
whole
kind
thing.
of almost anticipating the same thing here.
That's what I was expecting.
So we have National Treasure for the other battle. And National Treasure is going up against Taken. Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, wow. What a matchup.
Yeah, very interesting.
So let's see if National Treasure can be Taken or if Taken's going to take National Treasure.
I kind of like how this all turned out.
This is I'm not mad at any of this, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not. I'm intrigued by these choices. So National Treasure versus Taken. We got a minute on the clock. Let's start it down.
I'm glad you were home last week and this week. It's too hard to vote on any of these.
I got toothpicks. Just one. Look at me. I'm from the country.
And out of that bit, then I won.
Some of y'all don't understand. You know what I mean?
And Cotton Eye Joe.
You're
Right.
so not country anymore.
No. You gotta sing
All right.
Cotton Eye Joe for us.
Let me get my chew.
Well, that's the 90s. Well, there's different versions of that song.
Why did I drink it? I forgot. Oh, this is supposed to be my chew bottle. My spit bottle. I drank it.
You drank it earlier.
That's true. Oh well.
Okay, it happens to people who actually chew too. I mean, I've seen it
Okay.
happen.
Oh, gross.
Oh, gross.
Let's count
An
some
accident,
votes,
they
guys.
forget.
Bonnie, let's have you do some National Treasure, and Chris, let's see you get Taken. Yeah. I've been dreaming of this moment.
Only in my heart by you, Donald.
Okay. Gerald's going National Treasure. Mom's going National Treasure. Dad's going National Treasure. Sean McGean says, let's get Taken. Tracy says National Treasure. Enrique says, let's get Taken. Melissa goes National Treasure. Janet wants to get Taken. Maria says National Treasure. That's where I was, right? Yeah. And then Philippe says National Treasure. So Melissa, Enrique. Okay, so where are we at, guys? Sounds like National Treasure is going to win.
I got 7 for National Treasure.
Got 3 for Taken.
Woof. Okay. Well, we'll give it another 30 seconds just to be sure. And then we're going to do the dance. The final battle dance is what I like to call it. This is going to be interesting. Regardless of who wins this, it's going to be an interesting. By the way,
Champion.
Really good choices though.
This will give us, at the end of this will give us 6 wins. So from 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, into 2000s. So that gives us 3 matchups technically. So 6 winners for the films throughout the era, the decades that we've been going through. We will not be having a live next week, but the week after, before the live podcast, before we start this show on what we're going to be doing the week after, we will do a quick battle matchup with all of the winners.
A tournament of champions.
A supreme winner in the Tournament of Champions. So be there. In other words, not this coming Monday, but the following Monday after, October 2nd, right?
October 2nd. That's correct.
Yes, October 2nd, we will be back and with a vengeance. So Taken loss, National Treasure is a go, and it's National Treasure versus Shaun of the Dead for the finals for the victor. This film is defining the era of 2000 to 2010, and it is letting you know that it is competition for the other 5 films that you have already chosen in the past, from the 50s, the 90s, the 60s, the 80s, the 70s. All those decades are going to be involved in this. All the winners from those decades will be battling out with the winner from tonight. So choose wisely, choose carefully what film you think could win it all from the year 2000 to 2010, if that's what you want. If you don't, well, go vote for Aladdin.
Hello, Alex. How are you?
Alex made it for the final vote, you son of a bitch. Yeah. We have National Treasure versus Shaun of the Dead, Alex. So there we go. By the way, these were from last times, if you recall. National and National together. So the new ones start with Gerald Brower. So Gerald Brower just voted. Maria has yet to vote, and Philippe has yet to vote on this one. So Gerald says Shaun of the Dead. Sean McGean says Shaun of the Dead. Janet says Shaun of the Dead. So it's 3-0, Shaun of the Dead, and we have 4 seconds left. Melissa says National Treasure. So it's only down by 2 now. There's 3 Shauns of the Dead votes and 1 National Treasure vote. Philippe says Shaun of the Dead. I know. There's 4 for Shaun of the Dead. I guess people forgot that there's going to be a Blu-ray giveaway at the end here.
I guess so.
Go figure. Alex says Shaun of the Dead. My buddy drew the comic version for IDW. Awesome, dude. So Shaun of the Dead takes 1 more vote. And this is not looking good for National Treasure.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they voted for National Treasure. It was almost like they were setting him up.
That's like they did.
In the film, yeah, just like they did. With the theft of the Declaration of Independence. Yeah. That was a good one. I'll pat myself on the back.
Hey, spoilers.
Oh, yeah, spoilers from a film from 2004. You piece of shit, you spoiled this 19 years. I was waiting for the 20th anniversary to watch it. You ruined it.
They only said
Big
in the trailer
Sean.
that he stole the Declaration.
Big Sean, are you sure you're allowed up this late, buddy? Now that you're a working man? Thank you for joining, by the way. He says Shaun of the Dead, and Maria says Shaun of the Dead. So it's official. There is no way National Treasure is going to be able to come back.
Otter.
What movie beat Snatch? Snatch wasn't even in the running, buddy. Sorry, not sorry.
I tried really hard to get it on there, but nobody listened to me.
That's because you just kept going, I love Snatch. And we thought you were being inappropriate. And we'd forgotten about the movie. So,
Well, at least it was a zombie movie.
I do apologize about that, Chris. I mean, what are you going to do? I'm 12.
Yeah, you are.
So Shaun of the Dead takes it, guys. Shaun of the Dead takes it. Ultimate winner of the year, Battle of the 2000s. Shaun of the Dead.
I'm
Crushed
not
it,
mad
guys.
about it. I think it's pretty rad. So
I'm shocked. I'm actually really surprised. Surprised that a horror comedy took it. Edgar Wright.
It's about time.
Would be smiling down on us right now.
Because I was just telling Greg today, it seems like Disney movies keep on winning every week.
That's all right. I just assume he'll look down on us. Maybe. Anyway.
He's looking up.
Yeah, great films, great choices, guys. Next week, again, we will not have our live next week. We will have it the following. That'll be October 2nd. Thus starts our Halloween-themed podcast shows. So we're going to be doing Halloween fun, good times throughout the whole month of October in our audio podcasts as well as our live shows. So if you are a fan of The Real Short Box, which is our audio show that comes out usually on Thursdays, we will have, we'll be starting in October on talking about horror stuff and just fun things, kind of spooky, bump in the night type of stuff. And if you're a fan of Rumble Pop of the live shows, we're going to be doing that as well, just in live version where you see our sunshiny faces. What beat Lord of the Rings? I believe it was Gandalf the White. That Lord of the Rings or something like that. I don't know. You watched the ending, dude. Jeez, why are you asking me? Oh, good song, Janet, and great Snatch reference. You're living in a ghost town, says Janet. Ghost town? Are you talking about what is that? What was that band that did that? Jesus, why can't I remember the name now? Maria, help me out with this one. We both love them. Oh, shoot. They're like a reggae kind of a band, kind of a ska reggae kind of a feel. But they're fantastic. And that's it. Jeez, guys, thank you for tuning in. The specials. That's it. Thank you, Alex. The specials. Yes. Love the specials. If you get a chance, actually, get that album. It's great. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you to Chris. Thank you to Bonnie for being a guest. Thank you to Lacey for hosting me here and for being a gracious co-host here.
Thank you for having me.
Night. Thank you to all of you in the chat.
Oh, wait. You're forgetting something.
To Enrique. We are going to be giving I'm not forgetting the prize. I'm just kind of like trying to weed out the people that are wanting to quit, you know?
Oh, I see. That's smart.
Like those mind games.
I know, right? So with that, I guess we could just go ahead and go right to it. I mean, I've said pretty much goodbye to everybody. Go ahead, Kevin. If you are here in the chat, if you haven't logged off, say here, and we will put you in for a chance to win a Blu-ray from the year 2000's.
Good night, Mom and Dad.
Good night, guys. Thanks for joining, everybody. If you are here, say you are here, though. And so Mom is here and Dad is here. They're the only two so far. Sammy's here. Melissa's here. Sean McGean says, rest in peace, Terry Hall from the specials and Fun Boy 3. Alex is here. Kevin?
Maria's here, right?
Sabrina? Yep. Maria is here, yes. Sean McGean is here. Janet is here. Philippe is here.
Tracy, is she still around?
We've got quite a bit so far. Big Sean is here.
But Alex, to answer your question, Lord of the Rings wasn't on the list either because it won Best Fantasy Movie a while ago when we did this tournament with fantasy films, so we didn't put it on the list.
Yeah, we tried to kind of weed out ones that we thought would just run away with it or have run away with it in the past.
Right, Back to the Future of the world. Yeah.
So we want to give other films a chance to have the spotlight, so to speak. And honestly, Shaun of the Dead is a great one to have a spotlight. If you don't know it, find it and watch it. It's spectacular. There's a few moments in it that are rather gory, yes. But overall, there's enough comedy peppered in that it really makes you love it and you have a really good time. I think that's going to be it on the wheel, Kevin. Why don't you go ahead and spin it?
Right.
And while he spins it, I'm going to play some music. What are we going to play? Let's play a little tiki.
This is what we did last week.
It's not tiki.
All right, I'll send you.
It is not. Zero is Calypso, which is Caribbean.
Bonnie, I'm going to send you the winner.
Okay.
Big Sean says Mothra with subtitles is on Turner Classic Movies now. Oh, that's cool. We don't get that.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Okay. Everybody ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Our winner is Belle Raj.
Melissa wins again.
Melissa
can't stop winning.
Well, it's been a while. It's been a while since she's
won a
won.
comic.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe
I forgot about that.
Yeah. I brought it with me because I was going to try to ship it out, but I don't know if I can. So Melissa, hit me up on the social with your address, please. I'll try to get that out this week if I can. If not, I'll get it out next week for you. Okay.
Right. And then we'll do one more. We'll do one more.
Oh, one more winner?
Yeah, okay. One more Blu-ray.
All right, hit it. Should I play music? There we go.
On meditation.
All right. Let me send the. Actually, I'll send it to you, Bonnie, again. To have you
Who'd you send it
make
to?
it easier.
Maybe you? I don't know.
Winner number
Oh,
2.
Bonnie.
Oh,
Drum
yeah.
roll. Chris Duquet.
Chris Duquet. Did you even say he was here, Kevin?
Yeah, he was here. I could have sworn he said he was here.
Is he still here?
No. I did not list him.
Ah, the man's dropped out. Okay.
Well, just to double check, I could have sworn he said he was here. But if not, we'll knock him out and spin again, just in case, just to be fair.
I don't
He
see
did not
Chris.
say he was here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know what?
I don't know.
I'm going to
You're
remove
adding
him.
people that did not say it.
Evan.
Do you have the
All
list,
right.
Kevin? The proper list?
Yeah, I could have sworn someone said that. Okay, never mind. Let's do it again.
Do it
To be
again.
fair.
Free
To be
spin.
fair.
Sorry, Chris. You watch the playback.
Sleepy time.
Yeah, sorry, Chris.
Winner
Yeah,
is. Yep, I'm gonna set it to
Just say it.
Bonnie. All right, this is the winner, Bonnie.
Okay. The winner. For reals, sister. We've got Maria.
Woohoo!
Maria won?
Maria!
Is this Maria's first time winning?
I believe so.
Are you serious?
I think it's Maria's first time winning ever.
I'm a steady fan, I'm sure.
She's seen every one, I think. She's
That's
never
about
won.
Congratulations,
time.
Maria.
She's never won.
Congratulations.
Let's give her a little applause.
Woohoo!
Yay, says Alex. Mom says congratulations. Melissa says congrats. Sammy says congrats. Everybody's congratulating her. Congratulations to you, and congratulations to everybody else for watching other people win. That's fun. You got to see somebody win, and how often does that happen?
I enjoy seeing people win.
Yeah, I'm happy for her. I'm happy for everybody that wins. Thank you for being a part of this, guys. Again, we will not be here this coming Monday. We will be here October 2nd. We'll be back with a vengeance. It's going to be horrific. Let me tell you, we've got some fun, creepy stuff planned. What do we have planned?
I don't know the plans.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know. Anyway,
I think
thank you, guys.
I think my thing just died.
Yeah, did it? Okay, mine probably did too. Thanks for tuning in, and if we don't see you out about any time soon, perhaps we'll see you
At a cold, refreshing, and what else would you call it, Professor Turner?
Rumbly, 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 rumble pop.
There we go. That works. Goodbye, guys.